Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. The hiatus is over. I'm Cooper Kelsey.
And I'm Caden Van Baggen.
Welcome back to Beyond Game Time.
Roll that intro, Coop. Rolling into today's episode, we're going to be talking about the pro side of football. Playoffs are starting. When this podcast drops, actually, January 10th, playoffs will have begun. So we're just going to be talking about all the playoffs. We're going to pick our brackets, pick the winners, pick the losers, and at the end of it, we'll have our Super Bowl 60 champion. Starting it out, we're going to go with the first game of the playoffs, January 10th, 2:30 p.m. Arizona time. Panthers versus Rams. Panthers barely squeaking in with the Falcons beating the Saints, giving them that tiebreaker win. It was a whole ring around the rosy. Who has wins, who has doesn't.
Full posy.
Absolutely. Panthers, Rams. I think we saw what happened the first time they played, but
Yeah, that's the only game note that I had in my notes. Fortunately, I forgot them,
Yeah.
as I mentioned before. But that was the only game note that I had. Stafford leads the league in pass yards and touchdowns. Likely heavy favorite to win the MVP. Second is Drake May. But I think the Rams have too much power here. Clearly, it's at 10.5. Bryce Young, his TD to interception ratio is 23-11.
yeah.
So I don't see a chance where the Panthers in the playoffs. Yeah, it's a home game and Panthers beat them at home, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing. I just think the Rams have too much firepower. One of the best offenses in the nation. Sean McVay will get them right for this playoffs. Sean McVay knows that they only have to win 4 games for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's not a 17-game season now. It's just 4 games.
Yep.
So if he can get their team right for 4 games, that'll be a great shot. I got them moving on to the divisional round.
Same.
Second game, we're going to stay in the NFC here. Second game on this NFC slate, Eagles-Niners, 3 seed versus the 6 seed. This is going to be on.
Well, second game on the slate is the 2-7.
Oh, sorry.
Bears,
Yeah, sorry. I was going to go in the order, but yeah.
Let's just go in order of play.
Time.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Second game of the slate will also be that Saturday, 6 p.m. Bears-Packers, 2 seed, 7 seed. This is a scary one for the Bears. I think this is a really scary one for the Bears. You don't think so?
No.
Really?
Here's the key factor. The Packers have lost 4 in a row.
That's true.
And Malik Willis had to come in for a couple of them. Granted, the Bears open as an underdog at home. That's going to be a little bit of extra motivation for Ben Johnson. Caleb Williams is fell 40-some yards short of becoming the first ever 4,000-yard passer for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that? Like, the Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer.
Which is insane.
But regardless of that, they split this season series 1-1, home and home. That is the key here. Bears are playing at Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
If this was in Lambeau, I would give the edge to the Packers, I think.
Yeah.
But I think the way the Bears are playing, while they did lose to the Lions last week, I don't think that's going to do much for them. They've already beat the Packers once at home.
Yeah.
I think they can do it again.
Yeah, I think – sorry if you were done.
No,
I think the Bears' offense is really good. You know, last year Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times. This year he's only been sacked 24 times. So beefing up that O-line has helped them a lot. DeAndre Swift in the backfield is really good. Roman Duday's been hurt for a couple weeks, so their main target has been, if not DJ Moore, he's still hurt with that foot injury. It has been Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet. They're 2 tight ends, right?
Their 2 tight end set is really going to help them too, because both of those guys are really good blockers.
Yeah.
And that reinforcement of the O-line, if Micah Parsons was playing in this game, I would be a little bit more concerned and lean towards the Packers. But he's not. He's on IR. He's done for the year with that torn ACL. But I think the Bears, not easily, but the Bears beat the Packers in what should be a classic.
Yeah, I think the Bears can squeak one out against them. All right. We're going to jump over to the AFC here, since we're following the time zone, time things. First game of Sunday, 11 a.m., Jaguars-Bills. I hate that this is a wild card game.
This should not be a wild card
I
game.
hate. But then I was also looking at it. I was like, okay. But then the Bills, who else would the Jaguars play against? Because they get the 2 seed and the Patriots have to play against the Bills. So, like, the 2 and 3 seed is just killer, right? The 3 seed is honestly killer because they have to play against a 6 seed Bills team, right?
Yeah.
Then again, I do think the Jaguars are playing really good right now. Trevor Lawrence is playing really good. It's in Everbank. But I just think this is Josh Allen. Everyone says it, Josh Allen's year, but no Patty in the playoffs, nothing to stop Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's playing phenomenal.
I think they are too, and obviously Josh Allen, his passing yards don't show for the rush yards he also has on the year and the rush touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. What is Trevor Lawrence? Sorry, I don't know why I want to say Jackson Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence threw for 4,000 yards this year. Liam Cohen, first year as a head coach. Some were projecting them to go to the conference championship. I don't see him getting past the Bills. I think James Cook runs all over.
Really?
Jacksonville. James Cook was second in the league in rush yards behind Derrick Henry, thanks to the Steelers' defense being absolutely terrible. But I think the Bills. This spread on the game is 1.5. I think it will be as close as that.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a tale of who can run the ball better. We both know Josh Allen can throw the ball and Trevor Lawrence can throw the ball. It's going to be who makes a mistake first and who can run the ball better.
So
James Cook and Trevor Etienne are going to be the tells of this game.
Yeah, so looking at the rushing yards, Jacksonville's the best rush defense in the nation. They hold per game their opposing running back to 85 yards per game. So if you're saying the run game is going to be a deciding factor, obviously Josh Allen can run too, you know what I mean, scrambling
right.
too. I also think Trevor Lawrence has it's hard because Josh Allen has no weapons. Like, you know what I mean?
Josh Allen
he has
zero
Dalton
weapons.
Kincaid and Dawson Knox, right? But that's literally it.
You could say Khalil Shakir's their leading receiver.
Yeah.
But
Same with the Jags. With Hunter getting hurt, there's not much that they have on their team. But they've been making it work. Trevor Lawrence, 4,000 passing yards, excuse me. I'm going to go with the Jags here. I think the Jags are going to be on this stage where haven't been here since, I think they're in the playoffs in 21, but haven't been on this big stage since Saxonville in 2017.
Saxonville was a team that went to the
conference championship.
AFC championship.
To lose to Tom Brady. But I think the Jags will get it done here.
I do not have that. I think that I got the Bills moving on.
It just sucks that this is a wild card game.
Again, it's really hard that this is a wild card game. I don't want it to be by any means, but I think James Cook is a better running back than Trevor Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I?
Yeah, you're good.
It's Trevor, right?
Travis.
Excuse me.
Trevor's on the Panthers.
Yeah. Travis Etienne, Travis has 1,100 rushing yards on the year. James Cook has 1,600. He's got 12 touchdowns. I think it's going to be a tale of, can James Cook be an extension of the run game as well?
Mm-hmm.
Be that fourth weapon or third weapon for Josh Allen and then force it into a read option sort of situation.
Yeah.
So I think I got the Bills moving on.
All right, moving into the next game that's going to come right after this on Saturday. The game I was going to preview before. Eagles-Niners. I genuinely don't think that this is a question. I think the Eagles blow the Niners out of the water.
I want to, Grady, I love you, but I'm in the same boat. I do not think that the Niners will be able to handle Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, and A.J. Brown.
I don't even think it's that.
They're so thin in their linebacking core that they're forced to move secondary guys into the linebacker position, which is thinning out their secondary.
Yeah, but we saw what K9 and Sharp did to that running game, right? And Saquon is miles better than both those running backs. I think Saquon's going to have a field day in Lincoln Financial Field. I think Saquon's going to go for 150.
Granted, he has been quiet most of the year.
He has, yes.
But
only 1,107 touchdowns. But I think he's going to do good. And I think we also saw what the Seahawks defense did to Chris McCaffrey. And if the Niners can't get the run game going, they can't rely on the pass game. Because the run game is their biggest thing. CMC has 10 touchdowns in the year, 1,200 rushing yards. I think the Eagles take this one.
The only thing is, yes, the Eagles defense is A tier, if not S.
Yeah.
CMC has 17 total touchdowns on the year. He's the number one receiving threat, and he's obviously the number one rushing threat. He has touched the ball over 430 times, almost 430 times this year. And they have to figure out a way to contain him. The Eagles are 3-2 in their last 5. The only loss for the Niners in their last 5 is to the Seahawks. So, I know, Caden, that was fun.
Oh, my gosh, that game was amazing. But I just think if trends continue and the trend keeps going, we saw what 2 above average running backs with K9 and Sharp did to that Niners defense, and then we see what a well above average, a well performed running back. Sure, he's at a quiet year, but Saquon's going to be Saquon.
He's a vet that's established himself. Had a 2,000-yard rushing year. Yeah, no, I think I originally picked San Fran on this, but then I started listening to some other audio and reporters, and I'm like, I'm delusional.
Exactly. Not delusional, but like I'm not saying exactly that, but that's what I'm saying. I just think Eagles offense is too much.
We'll go through my delusional bracket too.
Moving in, final game of the Saturday slate, Patriots-Chargers.
Unfortunately, this is an easy pick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Herbert,
I love you.
I love Justin Herbert, but Mike Vrabel, his biggest strength is exploiting the weaknesses of exploiting the weaknesses of his opponents, and he will exploit that offensive line. He is going to blitz, force Herbert to throw. He's not going to win his first playoff game against the Patriots, unfortunately.
Sorry, J. Herb.
Yeah, it's because Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt are hurt. Yep. That's the only reason.
All right, Coop.
This is my one stat. I'm not going to say a word else about this. The Steelers have not lost a home Monday Night Football game since 1991.
Well, that streak ends.
No, it doesn't.
I think that the Texans defense.
The Texans are the hottest team in the NFL. I will give them that.
What I think this game is going to be like is it's going to be like the game that we saw on Sunday, where it's just, or was it Sunday or Monday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Where it's just going to be like the offenses were just so slow in the first half, right?
They were slow in the first half.
I mean,
that's
obviously
football.
It picked up, right? But like,
yeah,
Texans offense is. I had Nico on fantasy this year. I saw what the Texans offense did, right? But I think it's just going to be two defenses clashing at each other.
It is, but here's the thing: is the Texans have struggled. While yes, they're on a 9-game win streak going into the playoffs, they struggled the last 2 weeks against less than opponents.
Yeah,
like obviously the Colts are just 1 game below 500. But that was with Riley Leonard. They decided to pull their starters for the second half.
Yeah.
But they knew they wanted to be the 5 seed rather than losing that game and moving to the 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a little bit of a poor coaching decision. I understand wanting to rest your starters, though. The defense has been shaky. Like they've, let me look. They have allowed 30 points for the Colts, 16 to the Chargers, 21. Okay, not as shaky as I thought, but they are elite, but they struggled against the Raiders, and they struggled against Indianapolis. Granted, they took starters out, but I think, again, this is going to be a one-possession game. This is opened at 3.5, and it opened at 3.5. Texans, Tomlin, I will give Tomlin this. He is a dog when he's at home as an underdog.
Yeah.
He knows how to win as an underdog at home. They haven't lost a home Monday Night Football game since 91. I unbiasedly think the Steelers can win this game, but it's going to be a last possession kind of thing. If Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf can understand where to exploit the middle, that's fine. DK Metcalf has to stay in the game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you think DK coming back is a huge help?
It's a huge help, but
how much of a factor do you think he's going to play in this game?
If he moves to the slot, he's going to win us the game. But he's not going to move to the slot because he's our biggest receiver, so he wants to run the fade routes. Again, more on that. MVS, I love that veteran pickup, but he should not be the guy that's getting the Aaron Rodgers fade routes for 4 consecutive downs in a game against the Browns, which could have put us in the playoffs, and we wouldn't have had to stress about last week.
Yeah.
But I think that's also an asset that we get back. Rodgers is much more comfortable throwing the fade routes to the end zone for DK Metcalf because Metcalf has a 44-inch vertical and he has hands of steel.
Yeah.
So
I am going to go to the Texans here just because of the defense.
Okay.
And just because of that defense. And obviously CJ Stroud has had the sophomore junior slump. You know what I mean? Like good fresh rookie year, obviously, but sophomore slump, junior, whatever you want to call it. I think he'll pick it up with Nico. Run game is kind of hard with Woody Marks, but defense is probably going to. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really close game.
It's going to be a close game.
Tommy Fairbairn's also probably going to nail like 5 field goals. That's just what they do.
Okay, Kyrie Fairbairn is a totally different human being than Tyler Loop. So
I'm so sorry, Tyler Loop. My friend actually knows him.
Here's the thing.
They went to school together.
I'm gonna say this: the Steelers are in the playoffs because of Justin Tucker. Nobody else.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I promise you, Justin Tucker would have hit that kick.
All right. Okay, so what's your bracket looking like so far? Because we got some different picks.
I have Bills, Patriots, Steelers moving on, and I have Rams, Bears, Eagles moving on.
All right, so going back to the NFC. My next game would be Seahawks Rams.
Yep, that's my next one too. This is easy for me.
You think so?
Yes. I trust Sam Darnold.
I don't trust Sam Darnold. Actually,
I think he's been through enough and he's shown enough resiliency throughout games this year, especially in that Thursday night game against the Rams.
Yeah.
At home.
And obviously it's going to be different because we're going to see how the Rams are going to play against the Panthers. Obviously, Rams win that game, but if the Rams have a slow game against the Panthers, they're going to take that and Mike Macdonald, I freaking love that head coach for the Seahawks. He's going to get them right. Like obviously he can guesstimate who we're going to play against, either Rams or Packers relatively, unless the Niners pull something against the Eagles, right? But I think the Rams, like he knows we're going to play like Rams or Packers, right? And he's played the Rams consistently. At least obviously 4 times because he's been our coach for 2 years. So he knows the Rams are like him and Sean McVay have that rivalry, right? And yeah, it's only going to be, is Sam Darnold going to be playoff Sam Darnold or is he going to be regular season Sam Darnold?
No matter what team the Seahawks play, I trust Sam Darnold because he's proven himself in tough games this year, like the one against the Rams.
Yeah.
I'm not heavily weighing on that, but I really like that. And he has support from the run game. That's something he's lacked in his previous playoff appearances.
Or even lacked in his previous this season. Our running game has been atrocious for the first half. It has been,
but K9 and
Sharp
have both performed well.
Anthony Bradford's finally hitting those blocks.
Yeah, so I have the Seahawks moving on.
And I think, actually, I know if the Seahawks can play well against the Rams, genuinely, like, and I'm not even going to sign bias, but like, who's going to stop us if we can play well against the Rams,
if you guys somehow wind up matching up against the Niners too, I think that's a cakewalk.
I would love to play the Niners once again. Please play against the Niners.
Not likely, but if you play against the Niners again, you're gonna cakewalk them to the Super. You're gonna cakewalk to the Super Bowl
because their defense is just so injured. That's the only thing I'm worried about from the Rams is their defense is not injured. Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Byron Young, phenomenal DNs, right? Their defense is super good, but I think Sam Darnold played bad in those 2 games we played against the Rams, and we still won and almost won, right? So Sammy D just needs to clean up his act, and we'll be fine.
Even if he doesn't, if he has support from K9 and Sharp, you guys should be fine.
Yeah. All right, and then you have Bears Eagles, right?
I have Bears Eagles. You have.
I have Bears Eagles too because I picked. Yeah. I didn't pick the Pack.
This one's easy for me too.
You think Bears win it?
Yes. I think that DeAndre Swift and Caleb Williams are playing better than Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. The Eagles have the other. This is what's gonna kick me though, because the Eagles have been so quiet for the last part of the year that it's like nobody's paying attention.
Yeah.
Same thing with how Oregon, like that. There's a parallel there, but I don't think that the Eagles lost to the Bears in the regular season, and I think it repeats itself.
What I think is the same thing with Sean McVay. Right, I know I said I had them. They're losing the Seahawks, right? But like Nick Sirianni is going to get this team and tell them that they only have to win 4 games, right?
Yeah.
This is where it becomes a sprint. This is a sprint now. Obviously, it's not a long season. Obviously, it's 18 weeks, right? It's a small marathon, but this is the sprint. The 4 games. I'm not a huge fan of Jalen Hurts. I think he misses a lot of throws he should hit, and I think he relies heavily on the run game and Saquon and the O-line. Lane Johnson's going to be coming back for this O-line with this team. Phenomenal tackle. So they got Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, right? I think the Eagles, bless you, I think the Eagles have a good chance to win this game just based off of just Jalen Hurts. Like, he's been here before. He knows what he's doing, right? I think the Eagles have a good chance to win this game, and I'm just not totally sold on the Bears yet.
I'm sold on the Bears for one thing. Those throws that Jalen Hurts misses sometimes.
Yeah.
The Bears lead the league in takeaways.
True.
So I think the Bears defense could be a playing factor, and that's something that some defenses can't capitalize on, and the Bears defense has done that all year. And that's what they did when they played them in November.
Yep.
So I think Bears move on.
I'm going to go Eagles here.
Okay. All right, AFC.
First game, I got Broncos Texans. You're going to have Broncos.
Mine's going to be Broncos Bills.
Okay. Broncos Texans. Dude, the Broncos. I'm sorry, Bo, but I just don't think the Broncos are that good. They weren't able to score an offensive touchdown against the Chargers' second strings in the final game of the season. And obviously the Broncos had to play their first strings. They might have scored offensive touchdown later in the game, but when I checked when it was like 19 or whatever, they hadn't scored an offensive touchdown against the Chargers' second strings when the Broncos are playing their starters because they need to get that first seed, right? Yeah, 19-3. They didn't score an offensive touchdown. And that's scary for this team because they're going to be playing against not the Chargers this week. They're going to be playing against my pick, the Texans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Better defense, right? And they're going to have all their starters in. I think the Broncos get exposed. I think the Texans beat the Broncos. Only because they just didn't look good in that final Week 18 game.
Oh, well.
So I'm sorry, Bill, but I got the Texans to win.
I'm not going to make your pick for you, but you know what the Broncos lead the league in the defense?
What are they?
Sacks by a lot.
That's true. Nick Bonito is really good.
And the Texans' offensive line is garbage.
That is true. So I do think it's going to be another defensive-heavy game, but I'm just going to go to the Texans just because the offense is a little bit better based on what we've seen recently. Obviously, Broncos could prove me wrong and lock in. I wouldn't mind to see it, but right now, I'm not sold on them.
I got to be honest with you. I think Sean Payton has been in this place before as the 1 seed.
Yeah.
He's gotten teams ready for that and made a run. For my situation, I think Sean Payton is thinking about telling his guys the same thing, except you guys got to win 3 games. That's 3 more games. They've won 13 of their last 14. Their only loss was to the Patriots. No.
Who are we talking about?
The Broncos.
Broncos
only loss was to the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
It was to the Jags.
34-20.
34-20. In a game in which Bo Nix did not play well, but Bo has proven himself. And I think that, yes, Josh Allen is very, very good, but the Broncos defense is going to shut down James Cook, and that is going to leave Josh Allen to throw the ball 1,000,000 times. And then forces the Bills' offensive line to start protecting everything, and they're going to start generating a pass rush. And the Broncos are going to look back at their Week 18 game and understand where the mistakes were made. They didn't score. You're right. They didn't score an offensive touchdown, but they're going to look back on that and be like, guys, the offense needs to support the stout defense. And I think the Broncos beat the Bills on a walk-off field goal.
That's how the Broncos beat the Texans earlier in the season, was a walk-off field goal. The Broncos scored 11 points in the fourth quarter, held Houston at 0. Houston was up 15-7 going into the.
That's the other thing.
The Broncos are clutch. Obviously, yeah,
the Broncos are clutch.
They've had some black magic voodoo, some stuff this year, right?
They have, but that's everyone was talking about. Oh, winning close games in the regular season isn't going to help you in the playoffs. Yes, it will.
Yeah, I think.
Because that's what the playoffs should be like.
Yeah.
So I think the Broncos beat the Bills. Shout out Brighton. Shout out Peyton. Love you too. You inspired me for this playoff run. All right, for your next one, you have Patriots Jags.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I have Patriots Steelers. I'll go first.
Let you first.
I'm not going to be delusional yet. But I think, yes, we'll get past the Texans, but Mike Vrabel, the Patriots and the Steelers did play once already this year. We played let me correct myself on that. Make sure I'm not.
You played in Foxborough.
We played in Foxborough, and we won that game.
Yeah, by 7.
By 7. But I don't. Aaron Rodgers, he might have a little magic run in him, but I'm not going to get too delusional yet. the Patriots are a more well-rounded team. They know how to score. Travion Henderson is a dog. Should be rookie of the year.
It should be Tet. I think it should be Tet, but
it's going to be him or Tet. But I think Travion Henderson has got enough and more run support for Drake May as opposed to being enough air support for the Steelers' run offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the Steelers' defense just confuses me because it just showed that we can't pay a defense $180 million and expect them to play at an elite level. There's too many holes to fill. Like, there were two broken in the Steelers-Ravens game. There were two broken plays on coverage that should have been easy, and Jalen Ramsey came down because he didn't see him. But if that doesn't happen, if you know your assignment and you control your zone, you see when Zay Flowers pops out behind. Oh, where did he go? So I think that's going to be another weakness. They have Stephon Diggs on the outside. He's got Hunter Henry. They'll expose the middle, and then they'll run a fade.
Yeah.
Patriots win that game.
I also just think the Patriots win this game. Like Drake May, phenomenal MVP race caliber player right now. I think coming off, I think it's going to be a dominant win against the Chargers, right? Coming off that dominant win against the Chargers, I think the Jags win against the Bills isn't going to be as dominant. And Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen, who's the better new coach in this position, right?
Also, I think whoever comes out of that Jags-Bills game is going to be tired and tarnished.
Oh yeah,
that's another.
Especially having to play in another week. I think the Patriots would take it just because, like you said, Hendo, Drake May, they're gonna have a easier win, obviously, against the Chargers rather than the Jaguars having to fight against the Bills.
Yeah. All right, NFC.
I got Seahawks, Eagles.
I have Seahawks, Bears.
I'm trying not to be like delusional, but
you're not. If you're picking the Seahawks over the Eagles, I trust that.
Just because secondary.
It's the Seahawks secondary compared to the Eagles offense and the weapons is better.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts again on those missed throws. They're gonna take the ball away, and then I trust that. I think Sam Darnold does just enough against the Eagles,
which is all we need.
Just enough. I'm not saying he's going to have some Super Bowl MVP kind of performance. He'll do just enough, get and advance to the Super Bowl.
I think if the Seahawks can score 21 points or 28 points, 21 points a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
That should be enough to win our games because of how good our defense is.
Right. So for your situation, for mine, you're picking the Seahawks then?
To beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
Because we saw what the Seahawks did to. Sure, Trent Williams was hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one tackle shouldn't be the reason that their run game couldn't get going, right?
No.
We saw what they did to Chris McCaffrey. The run game was non-existent.
No.
Saquon's had a quieter year. O-line is better, I will say that. But I think the Seahawks defense is going to lock it up against Jalen Hurts.
I even more so against Caleb Williams.
Oh, absolutely.
I have Seahawks Bears, and I don't see the run game for Bears, DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai being able to support Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is going to have to do this all himself.
Yeah.
The Eagles or the Seahawks front is too good, and they'll generate pressure and put Caleb Williams in situations where he's going to make mistakes. He's been good this year about not making the stupid mistakes.
Absolutely.
But he's going to get put into pressure, and then, again, that secondary forcing him into bad throws.
Yeah.
So I have Seahawks going to the Super Bowl.
I got Texans Patriots.
I have Broncos Patriots. Mine is so.
I think mine. I'll go with mine. Just because I think mine's easy. You got high-powered offense versus medium-powered offense, right? Mm-hmm. But high-powered offense versus a really good defense, like we've talked about the Texans' defense this whole podcast. At least I have. I think they're really good, but I also just think the Patriots are playing phenomenal right now. I think Texans are going to have – we've talked about it. Texans are going to have trouble against the Broncos. Close game, like the game earlier where the Broncos are coming back. I think it's going to be something like that where Texans have to stop the Broncos to win the game, and Texans are going to be deadbeat tired, right? Patriots are going to have a slugfest against the Jaguars, but that game will be at home in Gillette Stadium. So I think they're going to be chill, like not having to travel at all. Right. Texans are going to have to travel to Pittsburgh, Denver, and then to New England, right? Man, college football should do it like this where they have to travel. Man.
Right? It just makes sense.
Man, it makes
like
sense.
they're already traveling for bowl games. Just go to the home.
Thank God we didn't go to Texas Tech, though.
I mean, yeah, thank God we didn't, but it should have been.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Sorry. Got sick over the weekend for New Year's. I think Patriots win just because not having to travel. They're going to be cozy at home. You know what I mean? I think their offense is just Drake May, Hendo, phenomenal.
So, for mine, I debated this. I switched it back and forth a couple times. Drake May is obviously in the MVP conversation. Travion Henderson's playing really well. And then I started thinking again, location. Like you're talking about how the Broncos are going to be rested because they won't have to travel. The Broncos are playing at Mile High. Mile High is a crazy environment. And Bonix and what's his name? RJ Harvey,
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, the UCF running back.
Who's hurt?
No, he's not. J.K. Dobbins is
J.K.
hurt.
Dobbins is
RJ
hurt.
Harvey's
Okay, so it's RJ Harvey, yeah. RJ Harvey has been consistent, and I think him against the Patriots front seven is going to be a little bit different of a story. The Broncos, again, rested at home. The defense is elite. Their defense is elite compared to a medium. It's that same conversation that you're having with the Texans.
Yep.
The defense is elite. Will Johnson, wait.
Will Johnson's on the Cardinals.
That's not who I'm thinking of. The Patriots offensive lineman that got drafted.
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell, yeah. Will Campbell not being in this game is going to hurt the Patriots because of the amount of sacks and the pressure that Sean Payton generates.
Yeah.
So I think the Broncos win this game, and we have a Super Bowl 47 rematch. Broncos.
It was 48.
No.
Trust me, because then 49 was. 49
No.
was. It was.
48 was Seahawks Patriots. I know it.
Oh, because then 46 was the. 46 was. Well, then what was 49?
49 was. Shoot.
Because 50 was Broncos.
50 was Broncos. Panthers.
That was 2016.
2015 was
us.
No.
Oh.
They're 49. Oh, yes, it was. You're right. It was Super Bowl 40. Super Bowl 47 was Patriots Giants again.
Yeah, so Super Bowl 48
Super Bowl 48
was where we just
Seahawks.
killed them, and 49 was the one that I'm going to be talking about.
Yeah. I'm talking about 48. You're talking about 49. I'm sorry, Baggen. I'm really sorry.
It's just flashbacks.
Just get it over with.
Hopefully we run the ball on the one if we play against them. But two phenomenal offenses. Phenomenal offense, phenomenal defense. They're gonna. I think the defense, the Seahawks, that we're gonna be tired this thing. But oh my gosh, Nick Imanwori is
so quick.
He's unfortunately not gonna win Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's gonna go to Carson Schlesinger, which sucks. But Carson Schlesinger's been. I hate the Browns.
Schlesinger's on the freaking
Yeah, it was whatever. Imanwori was everywhere on the Niners game, literally everywhere. Flying to the ball, I think he's gonna fly down to Henderson. I think Ernest Jones is gonna get a pick somewhere in there. Our D line, Boye Mafe is phenomenal. Leonard Williams, Mr. Big Cat. And then Patriots defense is good, but it's not enough for the momentum that the Seahawks defense is going to give to Sam Darnold. And I would honestly want to start. I want to start with the ball. I genuinely want to start with the ball because the way that the Seahawks drove down against that Niners team, sure, Sam Darnold snapped the ball and looked at Zach Charbonnet, didn't give him the football, and then got sacked, right? But whatever, bias, you say whatever you want. I got my Hawks win the Super Bowl in 2026.
No, that's I like what you said about the defense is going to build momentum for Sam Darnold. They're going to back him up and say, "We got you." We're not asking for everything out of you. We're asking for enough.
21 points.
We will do the rest.
Yeah.
The Seahawks generate turnovers too.
Absolutely. And we generate mad pressure.
The Patriots are prone to turning it over later in games.
And Drake May hasn't been in a position like this.
No.
Sure, Sam Darnold hasn't either.
He hasn't.
But Sam Darnold has been in the league longer. Obviously, it's going to be a new thing for both of them, right? Mike McDonald versus Mike Vrabel, that's going to be a phenomenal matchup between those two coaches.
Mike on Mike.
Mike on Mike. I think Mike McDonald's literally going to... And we're going to be in Santa Clara in the Niners stadium.
Come
Come
on.
on.
That's actually hilarious.
We're gonna have to do it to them. So I got my Hawks.
All right. I have a Super Bowl 48 rematch, Broncos and Hawks. I rode with the Hawks throughout the NFC. That was definitely a no-brainer for me. I rode with the Broncos all the way in the AFC, and neutral site in Santa Clara. Again, elite defense versus elite offense with elite receivers versus a medium defense versus a A-tier defense.
Yeah.
I think Eman Wari, if he can generate pressure on Knicks as a semi-mobile quarterback, Knicks should be able to escape some of it.
He's definitely going to play
because
as a spy.
There's no help on the opposite side of Eman Wari.
Mm-hmm.
And Cortland Sutton is going to be able to – Cortland Sutton is very good at understanding when Nick scrambles out and coming back to the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that this is going to be a classic of a Super Bowl if it's Broncos-Seahawks. And I think the Broncos defense is the telltale because Sam Darnold can't generate in those high pressure. I'm not saying he can't.
No. He genuinely can't.
He hasn't.
He genuinely can't.
He hasn't. I think the Broncos win Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. Now, I'm going to run through this because I'm delusional. Yeah. I don't know if you filled out a second one or not.
I don't need to. I had my Seahawks one, so it's fine.
This is my delusional bracket, guys, all right? I have the Steelers beating the Texans, the Bills beating the Jags, the Patriots beating the Chargers. I didn't change anything in the AFC. Actually, I'm changing. Yeah, I'm still going to keep it the same. Then in the NFC, I have the Rams beating the Panthers, Niners beating the Eagles, Bears beating the Packers, Seahawks beating the Niners, Bears beating the Rams. That one would be a much closer game than Bears-Eagles. And then Seahawks again beating the Bears to move to the Super Bowl.
Excuse me.
Broncos beat the Bills. Patriots beat the Steelers just because we're delusional.
Wait, you said Patriots beat the Steelers? Steelers beat the Patriots?
Steelers beat the Patriots.
Okay.
Just because we're delusional, and even though I said in the other one, Patriots would likely win. And then we got the Steelers beating the Broncos just because, it's at Mile High, and the last time that Steelers played a playoff game at Mile High, they got beat by Tim freaking Tebow on a pass to Demaryius Thomas.
John 3:16 game.
Bro, that is the crazy game. If you know, you know. And then we got a Super Bowl 40 rematch in Santa Clara.
Oh,
Seahawks Steelers.
I do want to say something about the Seahawks really quick.
And then, of course, the Steelers would repeat history.
Yeah.
That's just because I'm delusional.
Super Bowl 40. We had 13 or 14 wins. We went to the Super Bowl. A new pope was elected.
Pope was elected, yes.
Whatever, went to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 48 against the Broncos. 13-14 wins. A new pope was elected.
13-3, 13-3 for both of those.
Yeah, and we're 14-2. Yeah,
14-3
because extra game. So screw the extra game. 3 losses.
New pope was elected,
and we went to the playoffs.
So therefore,
we have 3 losses this year. 14-3, 13-3. New pope was elected. Pope Leo. Seahawks going to the bowl for you.
First American pope, by the way.
Mr. Chicago.
Mr. Chicago.
I got the Seahawks. Seahawks.
It's valid.
It's you can't lie. You can't lie with the facts.
No.
It's the Pope. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our first podcast back of Beyond Game Time of 2026. And I'm going to close out in a quick prayer and then be on our way. Dear Lord, thank you for an amazing 2025, Lord. Thank you for the blessings that you bestowed upon me and Coop, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity that we have to talk about this podcast, that we have GC Lopes Hockey to announce, Lord. I thank you for these opportunities that we can get in the sports world and do things that we love. Lord, as we move into 2026, I pray that you just continue to bless us, Lord. Give us the wisdom of Samuel. Give us the leadership of David and the strength of Samson, Lord. I pray that we look to you in everything that we do, and through this podcast, people can find you, and that we could spread the Great Commission. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Later.